Thank you for tuning in today to I Retire for Him. Your retirement years can be 30 years of purpose-driven, fully funded ministry. Years of making impact in ways and places you never imagined.
Welcome to I Retire for Him. We are your hosts, Jim and Martha Brangenberg.
Hey, check us out online, iretireforhim.com. That's iretire4him.com. You know, if you're tuning in today and you've missed our last couple of podcasts, I think you should stop right now, go back and listen to what our two guests from today shared when they were alone. And they could say whatever they wanted to about their spouse. Hey, we're talking about the man versus woman perspective on retirement. That's what we've learned so far. When a woman retires, much of her life remains the same. But when a man retires, most of his life is totally turned upside down, or so he thinks. Well, and in this case, the wife thinks her life was turned upside down when her husband decided to retire. So what will we find out today is both Rodney and Donna Smith are back to share their perspective as a retired couple. Ever seen the Newlywed Game? This is going to be better. Rodney and Donna Smith, welcome together to I Retire for Him.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You guys both behaved very nicely when you're alone. And even though I know that you were in the background when we were recording those other episodes, I never saw any tomatoes get thrown across the kitchen. So that was very nice.
You're just trying to egg them on, Jim.
Yeah, because wait till this first question. So, Donna, how did you meet Rodney?
Okay.
I'm giving you a chance for you to tell your side of the story, not the one I made up.
Okay. So our parents were neighbors when we were growing up, and I'm a little bit older than Rodney. So at some point,
For the video watchers, they know what the number is now. Rodney held up his fingers.
I saw that.
Yes.
I had bought the house beside my parents. And so I was mowing the yard one day, and Rodney came home from work and parked across the road and stopped and started talking about maybe going bowling sometime. And that's what we did.
And that was when he was in seventh grade and you were in college? Is that what that was?
Well, I was not in college, but I was working. I was out of school. I was graduated high school. Yeah, and he was...
She missed that one. It's okay. I was being funny. I love the fact that you guys grew up in the neighborhood and married. I mean, that's just like everybody in the whole neighborhood is like, yeah, Don and Rodney, they're getting married. What a great
So how many years have you guys been married now?
34.
Still rookies, you know, in our perspective, they're little rookies. That's good.
Awesome.
It is. Congratulations. You got two great kids. We know one of your kids very, very well. We're going to get to meet the other one hopefully next year. So when you got married, and Rodney, this is for you first, and then Donna will get your perspective. When you got married, did you ever imagine being retired together?
Not at the time. That was so far away. And we went directly into the life full bore. In our first 2 years of marriage, with her being a handful of years older than me, we decided to go ahead and start a family. So within our first 2 years of marriage, we had the home, we had 2 kids, we had 2 vehicles. So it blew up, you know, in a good way. So retirement was not even a thought. It was like, I got to go back to work. I got diapers to buy.
There you go.
Yeah.
So that wasn't one of those things when we grow old, Donna, this is what we'll do when we retire and get old together.
That conversation started probably 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Maybe. Yeah.
That we did start some more active discussion about what we...
Well, Donna, talk about it from your perspective. Talk about how you imagined being retired together, what it would look like.
Well, but the way I agree with Rodney, excuse me, that when we first got married and had the family and all, you know, we didn't think retirement really, but we actually worked with a youth group in our church, and we would go to a camp every year with the youth group. And the last, which was down on the coast of North Carolina, it's Camp Caswell is the name of it. And the last, I think, 3 years that we went down there with them, me and Rodney went as the cooks. We would get a big house, and so we would have on breakfast and lunch, and so we would have to go to the store every day to buy food. And so we would go kind of ride around the island and whatnot, and we actually found out some prices on some homes, and we were like, we could possibly do this one day. And I think that's really when we started thinking retirement. And we would still love to maybe retire, live maybe one day down at the coast.
Sure.
The coast is a great place to live, except when there's a hurricane. It's really a great place to visit. We've done the coast living. We did our 30s, our 40s, and our 50s living on the coast in Florida. It is awesome, except in September.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
So I agree with you guys. I think when we're thinking wedding bells, the last thing we're thinking about is really the reality
Getting
of
old
growing
together?
old together. It's like, yes, we are thinking about doing life together and family together and all those things. But where you guys are finding yourself now seems so far off, in the distance when you first were hearing wedding bells and all of that. So, Rodney, back to you. Now, what did you think retired life was going to look like? When you guys started having the conversations about, especially because you had a job that was going to have an end game, right? Not everybody has that same privilege or that, benefit that you had of saying, okay, I know this is going to come to an end at this time. What did you start dreaming about retirement looking like for you guys?
Relaxed more so. I typically got up at 4:00 every morning, so I didn't have to do that anymore.
Yeah.
So
I got to stop. You worked with trees. Why you got to get up at 4:00 in the morning and work with trees? They're just fine at 6 a.m. They're fine actually at 8 a.m. They don't even care what time you come out and see them. Why did you have to get up at 4 a.m.?
We had a wellness program. I did a lot of walking, and we had a wellness program, walk around the region, and it was a challenge to see who could walk the mileage distance between all the 13 states and counting Puerto Rico. And so I did a lot of walking. So I would go into work and usually walk for an hour before actual work started. And we had physical fitness requirements as part of our job. And so that helped me stay in shape. But
Sorry, I just had to ask to come like you're working with trees. I don't understand why I get up 4:00. That's just a terrible thing. Okay,
so this
back to you, Martha.
This explains a lot, though, even just right there about your schedule and because we talked a little bit in both of your separate episodes about just the reality that scheduling when you're both in the home, both retired, can look different and have different expectations. If you were getting up at 4 a.m. for any period of time, let alone possibly up to 33 years, that also meant you were probably going to bed much earlier than the average person might go to bed. So you had some adjustments there.
That means you guys never got to watch Cheers together. Or ER. Or any of those really cool shows in the 80s and the 90s.
Yeah, she likes more of some of the television shows and stuff, and I'm not. I'm not a big TV watcher. And so
that's because you couldn't. You had to go to bed when the sun was going down.
Yeah,
that's very true. That's true. He went to bed early and got up early, and yeah.
I like my mornings. It took me. I started probably. I really don't know how many times I started reading the Bible whole through. But I would do that. I finally did do that. It's been a few years back now. But with my early morning, I learned to appreciate the peace and quiet a little bit more. And so even now, I make it a point to get up before she does, because it's not a great length of time, and that differs. Some days it's 15, 20 minutes. Some days it's an hour that I'm up before she's up. But I like my morning to start off. That's my
quiet.
Yeah, that's my quiet time before she turns the music on and everything else. And
So
gets
you're
racket going.
saying that Donna's noisy.
Yeah.
I like noise. I'm not noisy. I just like noise.
She likes her background music.
You and
I'm
Martha.
guessing maybe she needs some AirPods for her birthday
I'm
or
just
something
thinking-
like that. Or I bet you the kids could help with that.
That's right. If your kids are listening, buy your mom some AirPods. But this quiet. You and Martha should have some time together. This early morning loud thing that you do. Mornings were meant to be quiet.
It just depends on
I will
who you
tell
are.
her that on occasion she'll have her background music and she'll say something. I'm sorry, I can't hear you. What?
Wow.
You know, I'm guessing we're not the only two couples that deal with this
Apparently not.
because
Probably
this is
not.
I can't
This
hear
is
you
a-
because the music's too loud.
I think these men need some counseling.
We might need some counseling. Hey, and maybe you, our listeners, need some counseling too, or maybe you just want to talk about retiring or pre-retiring. Like, how do you get ready for all this stuff, and what should it really look like, and what does God have for an idea of retirement? Martha and I would love to come and speak to your retiree group, your pre-retiree group, your church. Have a retreat. Do whatever you want to do. Bring us out. We can have a good time, just like we're doing this podcast. We can do it live and in person. Email me, jim@iworkforhim.com, and let's chat about making this happen. jim@iwork4him.com. We'd love to come and see you.
All right, Donna. So, I don't want this to, be we're not trying to make dissension. We're not trying to, but the
Who's
reality.
making dissension?
Well-
We're just drawing parallel comparisons.
Yes.
That's all.
Okay.
No dissension. Everything's fine. These guys are fine.
But Donna, as you
Rodney's
knew,
moving farther away from Donna right now, but it's okay.
Donna, as you knew the time was approaching when Rodney was going to, hit that retirement day and be home full time, did you think about what it was going to look like in the house to have him there all the time and how that might make for some adjustments?
I really didn't. To tell you the truth, I'm probably had the honey-do list ready for him.
Yeah.
How many
I was
pages
thinking
was it?
Things would be getting done, and that we have had to put off or whatever. But we did. We actually, when he retired, we did some traveling. Mm-hmm. So
Yeah, like
really
the next day, right?
the very first day. That's
Yes.
right.
That's awesome.
But for the first, probably 5 weeks, we were probably gone three of those weeks. But no, I mean, I've never really thought about it, to tell you the truth.
Did it feel like he invaded your space?
It did. It did. And not terrible. I mean, it wasn't terrible or anything. It was good to have him here, and I enjoyed having him here and cooking him breakfast and stuff like that. But now it's not cooking breakfast every morning. It's like, okay, we'll be on our own this morning.
There you go.
But no, I did think, we would. I think in my mind we were going to just kind of like redo the whole house and get everything in place and situated, and that's not coming near as fast as what I
Well,
thought.
it's been 3.5 months. I mean, you have to take a deep breath, and it's summertime, so it's hot. If you guys need
And there was
projects,
traveling.
come on down to Southwest Missouri. We can help you learn how to do those projects together because Martha and I have lots of experience. All right, so Rodney, Donna, you first. What do you think God's telling you about how the two of you should spend your retirement time together?
Okay, this one, I think God is saying, and actually it kind of came out in the sermon at church this past Sunday, because we keep kind of talking about doing some volunteer stuff, Meals on Wheels, taking elderly people meals, the soup kitchen, different things, but we just keep talking about it, and I think it's like, well, why don't we just do it? What are we waiting on? And it's always like, well, we're getting ready to maybe go here or go there, but you can, volunteer opportunities, you can make your own schedule pretty much for the most part. But yeah, I think we need to just
Yeah, pull the
let's do
trigger. There's a song
Yeah.
like that. What are you waiting for? I think it's something like that. Yeah.
That's great. Okay, so as you look at how you spend your time together, just give us a little background. Like, do you guys have hobbies and things like that that you like to do together, and then some that you do separately, or what does that look like in your home in the hobby category?
Oh, Rodney's got a funny look on his face. Rodney, you answer first.
The one hobby we do great together is we do spend as much time as possible at the beach. And as I jokingly say with everyone, I love to fish. I can fish all day long. If they're biting, that's great. But I can fish all day long, and she does a great job of holding sand still. And
I love that.
And she loves that. She can do that for hours upon end. And she'll have her music so that the majority of the beach can hear it, but she'll have her speaker playing. And so she likes to listen to her music and just enjoy the beach. And like I said, I have found out that I can walk as much as 5 miles from my chair back to the pole and back to the chair and back to the pole.
Wow.
You know, it's
I help watch his polls. So I'll say, Rodney.
You got
I got a brand new fishing pole given to me at a retirement party, and I had it out the very first time out, and lo and behold, I was down the beach looking at jellyfish or something, and it caught a fish, and she reeled in the first fish on my brand new
very
fishing pole.
nice.
yeah. A true retiree though wouldn't be counting his steps.
Oh no, but he's
I
been
let
doing
the
the.
watch.
He's been
I let
doing
the
the.
watch do it.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
Take the watch off.
But
You're
he-
not on the clock anymore.
He's still got his challenge in his head, probably from all
Yeah.
those years of
Actually,
work.
they're allowing me to continue that. I didn't get finished. I'm on my way to Puerto Rico, and then I got to make it back to Atlanta, and I'm done.
Wow.
But I'm still tabulating my mileage each month.
Well, and
You know-
talking about, we actually, what day was it? Maybe like 3 days ago. What's today? Tuesday. Okay,
It's a little vague. I don't know where
we
we're
just rejoined the senior center gym here in
Okay.
town.
Okay.
So
And
we're getting more steps now.
very good. And is that something you're hoping to do together?
Yeah, we do that usually together.
How hard was that to join the senior center? I mean, like, I'm not.
Nobody's ever there.
Yeah, but they call it the senior center. You're like,
Well, it's in the senior center.
but do you feel like you're a senior citizen?
Well, yesterday, I took him for his first time to the senior center to play bingo.
Oh, wow.
And how did we do?
That's
So wow.
I was the youngest participant.
By decades, probably.
135 people
Yeah,
playing bingo, and so
Did you win?
everyone wins.
Everyone
It's actually I've told her I didn't mind going because we were going to exercise after that, and I'm a little bit more in the exercise world because my job required it of me.
Right.
And so we're slowly turning the curb on getting a little more involved in exercise together. And so she said, "Hey, we can go to the bingo and then we can go work out after because it's right there beside each other." And I said, "That sounds good." Enjoyed the bingo a lot more than I thought I would have.
And we have a daughter that stresses to us that we need to work out.
There you go. Well, you know what? And let's just talk about that for a minute because I do believe that, there's so many benefits to doing that and staying active. And, active can look different for everyone, but if
Like for us, it's construction.
it is construction. And, just staying active, keeping our muscles going so that we can enjoy all of those years that God gives us so that we can stay, our doctors told Jim's parents, motion is lotion. And, just keeping things moving is what keeps you to be able to keep moving. So, it is a great goal to have that and to be able to do it together. And, if your adrenaline is up from playing bingo, then you're going to do a better job exercising.
There are other things that get your adrenaline up. But if motion is lotion, what is lotion? Ben Gay. When you're older. That's right. That's what that is. Okay. All right. So have either of you thought about going back to work yet?
Nope.
No.
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 That's awesome.
All right, have any of your friends who...
I play work with my brother. That's another thing I intended to do. I didn't mention that earlier. Is my younger brother is a surveyor, and so he has his own business. He works for a company, but then also surveys on the side. And so he and my dad and myself, we work together every Friday that I'm home. So that's as close to work as I'll to get. And actually, it's a blast. We have a great time. It really is fun, but and make $1.
There you go.
He takes you to Brewski's to have coffee, I'm sure.
Well, and like you said, having $1, you're making some resources for yourself. And just like that, we love having resources that can change perspective on retirement. That can be so very valuable. I Retire for Him is a valuable resource in the form of this podcast, both the one you can listen to or watch on YouTube, email that has resources listed in it, and the book, I Retire for Him. You can order your copy today at iworkforhim.com/bookstore.
All right, we've kind of covered this, but now that it's been a reality for 3.5 months, were you really prepared for retirement as a couple, Donna?
Well, like I say, we never really thought about it that much, but we've done very good with it. Does that answer the question?
Well, it's kind of vague, but sure, if that's what you want to be vague, that's fine. It's just, airtime. Don't worry about it. Oh, wow.
I tell her, I said, context. I need some, she's...
Okay.
Anyway.
I mean, I know that you guys prepared financially. I know that you prepared financially, and Rodney's got a government pension, which is phenomenal. And he was able to tolerate working for the government for 33 years. Praise God, and God bless you, and bless your heart, really. But
In full Southern style.
Were you prepared, Rodney, for retirement as a couple? Or are you just going to have to figure it out as it goes?
No, yes, I think we're prepared. Well, while we do not have the specifics we might thought we would have had, we actually work well together, and we're enjoying figuring it out. As we move forward, we have the same intentions and thoughts and desires, I think, and I think that I spoke that I think we've been. Some valuable connections have been made through the past several years now, that will make it very easy for us to reach out into the community and say, how can we help? What can we do? And then, I think we're doing well. It's a slower, Donna mentioned it earlier, it's been a little bit of a slower process than we thought. It was kind of like, we were going to retire, go see our daughter, go visit our son, and then buddy was coming back and we're hitting the road and let's do this. And it's not happening that way. And things are, that are requiring our attention and time necessarily. So that's been great. But at the same time, we are slowly getting more involved in things with our own church and our community. So I think we're doing well.
But we're taking a lot of fun time too, though.
That's so good.
But isn't that okay? Isn't that okay? I mean, don't you imagine Adam and Eve in the garden? They were having fun. I mean, back then they weren't talking about retirement. And just think about that. They lived to be 950 years old. I mean, they never talk about retirement. They were just like, how can we have fun together? I mean, God created work to be fun. He gave us husbands and wives to be fun. That's our best friend to be hang out with. I mean, it's okay to have fun. Your to-do list doesn't have to always get done.
Okay, I'm going to make a presumption here, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. But just by listening to the two of you talk, you before retirement were enjoying spending time together. Is that a fair statement? Mm-hmm. Because, I mean, I
kind of put him on the spot.
Yes.
You kind of put him on the spot. So what if Rodney had said,
but I see that
really.
The two of you enjoy life. You know each other. Maybe you had separate schedules in some sense because of work, but I think that you've had a better transition because you enjoy being together. And I will say that there are some couples that haven't practiced being together prior to retirement. And so sitting...
See, that's why it's so good we spend so much time together. We're practicing.
okay, I'm going to just kind of say,
say
people will say things to us like, I can't imagine working with my husband all day. It's like, well, I married him. Like, I love him. I want to be with him. And so
And now she's
one
stuck with me.
One of the realities of being retired is that you're with each other. And sometimes that means you got to get to know each other, get to figure out how can we do things together, whether it's sitting on the porch and enjoying each other or going and playing bingo or working out, whatever it is, but being intentional about those things so that you can rebuild up that commonality, that relationship that's, you used to have work as part of your schedule every day, and now you don't have that. And so speak to the people that are listening that are either preparing for retirement or they find themselves in retirement and they're just really struggling with how to do this and make it work and enjoy each other as a couple.
And finding meaning and purpose along the way.
There you go. If you have a pulse, you have a purpose. If you're not dead, you're not done. Speak to the retirees right now. Donna, you go first.
Okay. Oh my goodness, I'm drawing a blank.
Well,
Okay.
as a couple, a perspective as a couple, speak to the retiring couples out there and encourage them as they prepare.
The together time, and you were correct that we've always pretty much done things together, but having that separate time is very important too. Like now with him working on Fridays with his brother, it's just, I think it's a good thing because that gives me a whole day here at the house to do what I want, when I want, and, but spending time together and, whether it's volunteering or like you say, sitting on the porch or, working, cleaning out the basement, it just works for us. We just enjoy being together, I think. We're
Awesome.
best friends, I guess.
Yeah.
Aren't we?
Aren't we? Rodney, what would you like to add to that for the
Another
listeners?
awkward moment right here on I Retire for Him.
You are my
Oh,
best
sorry.
friend. No.
It's she's right. When we discuss things, and I prepare her more for some of my outings because I am the more adventurous, go do things thing, and I'll tell her that I'm going here, and there'll be a change in the gearing. What is it you told? What's my first love?
Trees.
But I had to do. We met in November.
Oh, hunting. Yeah.
Deer hunting. I love to hunt.
Gotcha.
And so come August, things will gear up for preparation for going to the woods and doing things. So she will see a little bit less of me then. But my job prepared me for this. Again, you don't realize hindsight with what God does for you, with you through the years. My job took me away a lot. And I'd be gone for, 16 to 25 days at a time and be home sometimes 2 or 3 days and gone again, depending on what the season was going. But whenever I'd come home, we always intentionally, the four of us, especially when the kids were here, we spent time together.
Yeah.
And I would show them that, Daddy's got to go do this, but it's for y'all because y'all. And I didn't come home and I've been out, so I'm going to go golfing or I'm going to go do this. It was always the four of us. And even in the last 10, 15 years of it, with our children grown and gone now, that still I would come back off of it. I'd call her from, the convenience now of cell phones and everything. All right, I got my flight. I'm coming in here. I'm landing here. You have the bags packed to be ready to go. We're going somewhere else. And it'd just be she and I.
Nice.
And typically, another good thing about my job is I would always get R&R time when I got home. And so I'd have a day or 3 off. And so
Nice.
we would spend it together. And that became a routine. And so that's helped now that we enjoy going and doing things, having a good time. But then, we do separate. She spends a lot more time over at her mom and dad's than I do. And, gives me an opportunity to do things around the house. I've got a garden this year. I've not had a garden in I don't know. So,
Yeah.
it's actually just good open conversation. Don't surprise the morning of as you walk out the door. I'll see you later. I'm going to do this. It's something that put it on, especially for the scheduler here. It's good to have it on her calendar.
Now, is that a digital calendar, a paper calendar?
It's paper. For me, it's paper. Yeah.
That's okay. That's good. But knowing, those are just little tips that can make a huge difference. And putting the other keeping the other informed, keeping in communication. I was thinking about it. It's a lot like when we go through the empty nester stage and having to readjust then. Retirement is another readjustment stage at home. And it sounds like you guys are handling it very well. And you've given us some great perspective and some great advice. So thank you so much.
Rodney and Donna Smith, thanks for being on I Retire For Him today. Thanks for sharing on these last 3 episodes, just your retirement journey. We're going to check back in a decade and see how things are going. And hopefully between now and then.
We look forward to that.
Next time, we'll do a show together right here in Southwest Missouri, or maybe on the beach in North Carolina. I like that idea way better.
There you go.
We could do that fishing.
Sounds good.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I'll help hold the sand down.
That's right. All right. You've been listening. That's right. You've been listening to I Retire For Him with your host, Jim and Martha Brangenberg. Retirement, it's a state of mind and a stage of life. So say it with us and mean it.
I retire for him.
Thanks for listening to I Retire For Him with your hosts, Jim and Martha Brangenberg. Most Christians tend to follow the world's pattern of rest and self-pampering during retirement. However, in your retirement, you can be focused on God's unique call to love, serve, and help others. This can be your best season of life if you take advantage of a life's worth of knowledge and experience and combine it with a greater freedom of time and money and invest it all in the generations both preceding and following you. I Retire For Him is encouraging Christians to find and follow God's call in all seasons and aspects of life, especially in retirement. Join this movement of God so you can say, I retire for Him.